Hello. Hi, how are you? You sound drained,
So do
babe.
you. I think it might be the connection. It's giving us raspy voices.
Nah, I do actually have a cold at the minute, so
Oh, never mind. You're
and I'm
always blaming.
hungover.
Oh,
So,
okay.
because it's been
Lovely.
the first day that I've not been into work in like 6 days.
Mm. So you went and out and got drunk, as
Oh yeah,
expected.
yeah, yeah, we did. And then I went and had something else
Oh,
to drink this
nice.
morning. And then I had a
Drinking
2 hour
in the
nap.
morning, that's always interesting. An interesting life choice.
No, it wasn't morning. It was more
Oh,
like
okay.
1
Okay.
o'clock, one
Yeah.
o'clock, two
It's
o'clock, that
still
sort of
early. The
thing.
sun's still out. It's just I mean, even though it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, it still feels like the morning. Like your body hasn't exactly adjusted to being awake, I don't think.
Yeah, day drinking is a national pastime
That's
though,
true.
so I feel like you're really attacking my country and my culture.
Not just you specifically, but just your entire.
Just the entire of England.
I don't plan on going there anytime soon, though, so I'm safe. There's a whole ocean separating us. You know, if you want beef, you want to fight.
But but I want you to come over and have a drink with me
That's
at some
that's
point.
so much effort, though.
We can do the drinking game.
Plus, if we do that, you have to. I shouldn't say plus. That's the wrong word. But if we do that, you have to promise me not to freak out when I just turn absolutely red after one drink.
Oh, is
It's
that
like
the
an Asian thing.
like a minor allergic
Yeah.
reaction, isn't it? Yeah.
Like so, every time I drink with new people, they start to get afraid for my safety and my health because I'll take one drink, and I'll just turn completely red. It's like the Hulk, only the red Hulk.
Damn. Like, what kind of red is it? Is it
Yeah,
like
like
bright
beet
red
red.
or?
And they'll
Damn,
be like,
son.
yeah,
That sounds
are you
hilarious.
okay? Yes, I am fine. This is just this. It happens. Like
Is it just your face or is it
I
like all
don't
over?
know. I guess probably mostly the face, because the face is like where the like a lot of the blood vessels go, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Well, you see, the thing to do with that is you just need to wear makeup when you go
Oh, of
out.
course, yeah.
Become a drag queen.
I've found that basically the best solution is to just not care. Once you
That
stop
as well.
caring, yeah, once you stop caring about what you look like, I mean, it might be unhelpful for your hygiene because you're not taking care of yourself as much, but it does do wonders for your like mental comfort because you're not worried about what other people think about you. So
Yeah.
then you stop worrying about like, oh, how do I look? How am I dressed? Once you get over all
Honestly.
that, you can just walk
Yeah.
out and go to the store in your pajamas and just look
Yeah,
like
I'm
shit.
not gonna lie. Work is so much nicer now that I'm not putting makeup on because we've finally just come to the end of a heat wave. Takes me about 40 minutes to walk up to work. And I was wearing makeup every day. And then I just
Uh,
decided, fuck it, I'm going to look a mess. And now everything is so much better. I'm not like leaking when I walk up to work.
and besides, there are people who like girls who don't wear makeup, so like me.
Yeah, well, poor old James, bless him.
I,
My poor boy.
he likes makeup.
No, like, he's now seen me
Oh,
completely
he's seen
bare.
the truth.
Bare face, yeah.
But he's stuck with you, so it's all right. Yeah,
Yeah, well.
I'm weird. Like makeup is weird to me. The whole like makeup, salad on dressings. I just like everything plain. So like I'll eat a hot dog and I won't put anything on it. Like it's just
You can eat salad without dressing.
yes, I prefer it that way. It's not like I can do it. It's a preference. Like I don't want anything on anything. So like I think the same logic applies to makeup. I was just like I just prefer like nothing on there. I mean there's makeup that looks like, a lot of women like wear makeup that looks like they're not wearing makeup, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I do that a
so
lot.
that I don't notice because I'm a man and I can't tell the difference. But
You can't tell the difference. You can't tell that woman has spent 45
yeah,
minutes
exactly.
looking completely natural.
Exactly. So that I'm okay with, but in general I just bare face is the best. But yeah. It's weird. People have weird preferences. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. the show. You're listening to Lore Friendly with Chris Takahashi. And if you
Hi.
haven't noticed, Alice Bell, who's also here. And we've been chatting
ill.
for like 5 minutes.
And diseased. We can put that on at the end. We can stitch it on at the end. Our random little ramblings always go best at the end.
That was like 5 minutes of random rambling.
Just
now.
pure bollocks. But isn't that just the podcast?
Yeah, pretty much. We just fill time with nonsense. We have like loose topics, and then we
slowly meander around them.
Yeah, we kind of adhere to them in spurts, I should say, but not.
Yeah. We kind of remember at some point that we need to get back on topic. Speaking of topics,
yes,
we have got. It's been an interesting week, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. There's been a lot of news to randomly peruse.
Ooh, excellent rhyme there, mate.
I should be a rapper. Excellent news to peruse. I should be a rapper. Something. What rhymes with rapper? Sitting on the crapper. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Fund it.
Patreon bonus.
Yes. But speaking of news to peruse, it looks like they're making a Netflix adaptation of The Witcher.
That's going to be really interesting. I think it's either going to be fantastic or awful.
Well, it's not
because we haven't had much luck with them. Obviously, it's based off of books, which the video games are based off of. Mm-hmm. But we don't have much luck with video game movies.
Yeah.
So I think jumping over to trying to do it as a TV show is a bit.
Yeah, for one, I think there's a
wrong.
mental hurdle. I don't know why, but I haven't seen the Assassin's Creed movie, so I have no idea whether it's good or not or bad. I haven't seen any of the ratings. I don't know what, Rotten Tomatoes
I've heard
percentage.
It was quite disappointing.
Yes. Okay, so now that might influence me. But before you just said those words, I was coming into it clean. I had no sort of bias. And I automatically think it's going to be terrible. Like, I think there's like a mental block or mental hurdle that you have to overcome with video game movies that you automatically assume they're going to suck. It's weird.
I mean, I understand that. Like, I love the first Silent Hill movie because I went into it with no expectations other than I really enjoy Silent Hill. And so I actually thought that it was a really well done video game movie, and I think we've talked about this before.
I would be interested, though, in like a blind experiment with people who have no idea that the movie is from a video game. Just go in and then see how their percentage or their ratings differ from people who know it's a video game. Well,
do you want to try it out on my boyf?
Yeah, don't tell him The Witcher is a video game. Just say, hey, let's go watch this movie. It's The Witcher. It's fantasy. It's like Game of Thrones. Blah blah blah. I guess it's not a movie. It's a TV shows.
He doesn't watch Game of Thrones though.
Okay. Does he have an opinion on fantasy TV shows? Vikings, Game of Thrones. Would he like them?
I don't think. Did you just call Vikings a fantasy TV show?
It is fantasy. Have you watched it?
I've watched a couple of episodes.
There's magic and shit.
But it's set in a world.
Don't try to tell me it's historically accurate.
It is. It's based off. It's based off of one of the sagas.
Just because you have the same name as a fucking famous Viking doesn't mean that.
No, it's based off of one of the sagas.
There's
and
loose...
in the saga world, in the world that we write about in the sagas, because they're writing about a world 300 years ago, magic is a thing.
Okay. But even the saga then is not historically accurate.
How do you know? This was just their interpretation of history.
Oh, that's right. I forget you believe in ghosts and magic.
Yeah, I do.
You've been visited by one, so that kind of changes the perspective at times. But
trauma.
Yeah, The Witcher, an adaptation. It's probably going to be a TV show, I assume.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they're going to base it more off of the books than the video games. Just because books are sturdier ground to stand on.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with the books. Have you read the books?
No, I haven't. It's on my to-read list.
Okay, yeah, I hear.
Apparently they're really fantastic.
I enjoyed the video games. Although Geralt is really boring to me as a character.
I have yet to play the video games. I want to play them, and I've got them bought.
Oh, so there you
I've
go.
got 1 and 2 bought.
Although you know it's a video game, so I guess you're not coming into it completely clean.
No.
You're coming into it somewhat clean. At least you're not going to be one of those people who goes like, "Oh, they didn't do that in a game." Or
Yeah.
do you think they're going to put?
Well, I feel like I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to video game movies and video game adaptations.
Okay.
Like, I gave Silent Hill Revelation, like, I gave it a shot, man. I wanted it to be good. But it was just so awful.
Yeah.
And the Resident Evil movies. First one was good, I enjoyed that one. It had some pretty fun CG for the time, but then after that, no.
Who do you think will play Geralt? Because Henry Cavill, I don't know how you say his name, has made waves saying he wants to be Geralt.
I mean, he does kind of look like the video game rendering of him, if a little bit too clean cut. I reckon they need somebody who can look a bit more rugged.
Well, the thing about Geralt is he has like a beard and he just has so much hair everywhere that you can almost make anyone look like Geralt. It's like Santa Claus. Anyone can look like Santa Claus. Geralt is just a slightly more clean-cut Santa Claus.
I kind of want Khal Drogo to do it. Just because we know that he's fantastic.
I want to see Zach McGowan.
Who's he?
He was in Black Sails. He played a pirate.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
Here,
was he in the first episode? Because that's the one that I watched.
He's already got, in Black Sails, he's got the Geralt hair. He's got a little beard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'd be fantastic, actually.
So I'm all for Zach McGowan. Plus, his character in Black Sails was very, very gritty and dark and mumbled a lot. So there you go.
Doesn't he play Floki as well in Vikings?
No. Floki is tall and slender and lean. Zach is like a buff dude. Who's he play? What's the name of the guy? I can't believe I forgot his name. He's such an iconic character.
You loved Black Sails.
Yes, it was a great.
How could you forget?
Show. I forget a lot of things. Oh, Charles Vane. He played Charles Vane. See, and unlike Vikings, Black Sails is very, very true to history. I shouldn't say that. Maybe like 30% true, which is very good for Hollywood.
I liked Black Sails because it had prostitutes in it.
But Charles Vane,
and I should watch more of it,
was an English pirate who preyed upon English and French ships. And he was at Port Royal, so he's realistic. Actually, I should take that back. It's more like 10% realistic because the majority of it is based off Treasure Island. So,
whereas Vikings only like 5% realistic. Yeah.
Treasure
1%.
Island is a book. The Viking Saga is also a book, right? Or
yes. Well, manuscripts, yeah.
Yeah. So both fictional, with real people.
But are they fictional? Again, sagas are history books, mate.
Yeah. Have you
Written
ever
by
played
families to immortalize their ancestors?
Have you ever played a game of telephone and then at the end of the
Yes.
fucking conversation or the end of the telephone thing, it's completely different from when you started? And that's like 10 people or whatever, right?
Chinese whispers is what we call it.
Yeah, and we're talking about
I don't-
Chinese whispers or telephone over, 200 to 300 years? In Vikings' case, thousands of years? Yeah.
Only less than 1,000, actually.
Yeah. So
Come
you
on,
can
mate, get your history right.
you can imagine how that shit gets garbled, so.
Yeah. To be fair, if I was going to pass on a story to my descendants, I'd be... Well, for starters, I'd be 7 foot tall. I would be a natural ginger.
And your makeup would never drip, even in the hot sun.
Exactly. I would just look naturally flawless with the perfect cat liner every day. I would be described as the most beautiful and fair and wise of women, which is a description that is applied to every single woman in Viking
Is
sagas.
there room in your story for other characters? Or is it just about you? Is it the Ballad of Alice?
It's the Ballad of Alice, yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
It's going to be an epic.
I guess it's going to be left to the next storyteller to add characters.
Yeah. I'll just make sure that one of my kids is really good at writing.
Yeah.
And then I'll get them to be my favorite child, and then they'll
Yeah.
immortalize me in a
Hopefully
really nice
they
way.
won't be too resentful, because then, they're going to flip it around. And
Yeah.
the Ballad of Alice will, become the Dirge of Alice, and you die at the end. So
I mean, I was going to die at the end anyway. It is my memorial.
that's true. I thought you were going to be immortal, that you were going to ascend to the heavens.
No, because then why wouldn't I be telling the story myself?
Because you've ascended to become a deity.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a nice twist. I can get behind that.
So again, ascension becomes descension at some point down the line. If some bitter person, changes the text, changes the story, that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's fair. History is written by the winners, so I'm going to be a winner.
Yeah.
Winner, chicken dinner.
But yeah, so looking forward to that in 2030, whenever that comes out.
Yeah. I think it's been released at the same time as Winds of Winter.
Ah, that's true. So in other words, never.
Never.
Something that will be released this year is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes. Now, the gameplay trailer looks amazing. Video games are getting way too realistic.
Yeah.
Although it is still a little bit Uncanny Valley-y.
Is that the
But,
level of all games, or because I haven't seen a trailer in a long time, or is this just like a special case? Is Rockstar have they upped the ante?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of games recently have been going for the more stylized route. But like, if you compare it to, say, Fallout 4 that came out, 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Nearly 3 years ago, yeah. And there's a definite improvement.
Yeah, I think that's my thing, is that I've been playing in Fallout 4 and Skyrim just for work and stuff, and so I've been looking at those kind of graphics, and so just seeing this 2018 game, it's like, whoa, it's just, in 3 years a lot has happened.
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
Yeah, I need a new laptop. I can't run anything now.
Are you gonna play this game? It's on the PS4 though, huh? Would you get a PS4?
I'd be tempted to, actually. I played bits of the first Red Dead, and
It's
I
a
quite
Western
enjoyed it.
though.
Well, Westworld, maybe that's got me convinced. That's the thing. So, I was watching Interview with the Vampire today.
As is custom for you.
Yeah, as is custom, it's my Sunday hangover routine. No, we were watching it, and guess who's in it?
Who?
My favourite Westworld prostitute bot, Thandie Newton.
Well, yeah, Thandie Newton has had a long and storied career prior.
Yeah, but I've watched this film 20 times, and I had no idea.
Oh, did she play a bit character in that movie?
It's not a massive character. She's only in it for about 5 minutes. But she's one of the main credited actors.
She might have done that because Tom Cruise is in that movie too, right? Because I'm
Yeah,
pretty
Brad
sure.
Pitt.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was her first claim to fame was a Mission Impossible movie with Tom Cruise. So possibly maybe they just he hooked her up with another role for that. I don't know, but yeah. Thandie Newton. Ed Harris is another one who's been in every movie, so you should see him just popping up. He's probably in the vampire movie too, playing a giant egg or something.
That would not surprise me.
But yeah, so go on. Oh, you saw Thandie Newton, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
my babe.
But yeah, anyway, back to Red Dead. Basically, I think the one thing about that trailer that was released this week is, and this is a gripe of mine with the gameplay trailers in general now, is having that stupid, annoying voiceover.
Oh, the instructional
I hate
voiceover.
it. Let the game speak for itself. Don't tell us what we can and can't do. Just, let us enjoy it.
Yeah, you want a silent
Let us
film.
go fishing.
Yeah. Fishing is fun. Fishing in every game has to be
But it's
mandatory.
it takes you out of the out of enjoying the gameplay trailer and really paying attention to it, I think. Because the voice that was used for this one, I think, was a particularly egregious example.
Yeah, it was very, very
Because
generic.
it's very, yeah. It's basically when you call up your voicemail and you're getting told whether to press 1, 2, or 3. It's that voice.
It was basically a text-to-speech program.
And the thing, it doesn't work with, like, most games. Like, if they did it with an MGS game, that'd be kind of funny. Like, they could have maybe whoever was playing Commander in that game doing the voiceover, because it's kind of like a running joke.
Yeah. It's like
in
a
the
parody
series.
version.
So it wouldn't be too awful. But, like, it's just bad, man. It's just bad.
Yeah.
I'm not keen.
Bad with a D. I thought you said it was Batman.
Yeah. No, not Batman.
Play Red
It's
Dead
Batman.
Redemption 2.
Where's the voiceover?
But yeah, I'm excited. Voiceover aside, I'm excited
Yeah.
for the game. It looks great.
What it actually showcased looked fantastic.
Yeah. And like you said, it has fishing. 2 things that are mandatory in every game: character creator and fishing. Less violence against people, more violence against fish.
Yes. Extreme fishing simulator. I could get behind that. There probably is an extreme fishing simulator. I've not looked it up, to be honest. Have I been fishing before? I think I've been fishing before.
I imagine real fishing to be terribly boring, but that would be the point. It's kind of like baseball. You go there to just relax and get drunk as opposed to catching fish. Like, if you're in there, like, if you go to a lake with the aim of catching fish and doing the act of, like, fishing, then it's boring. But if you go there with the, like, aim of getting drunk and just, like, you know, relaxing.
That's a sport that's an extreme sport I can get behind.
Yeah.
I haven't actually been fishing. That was a lie. No, it was hunting? At a fun fair. It was a fun. You know how at a fun fair, you can sometimes get those things where you get a rod and you have to catch something, and then you get a prize.
Yeah,
it was that.
Yeah,
it was that.
When I play that game with the crane to pick up the stuffed animals, it doesn't actually mean I'm like a construction worker operating a real crane. There's a difference, Alice.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't mean I'm qualified to work in construction. No.
So, fun fact about those claw machines: so whoever's running the arcade, they can set how frequently it gives out prizes.
Really, they can adjust like the claws grippiness.
Yeah, pretty much. So they can say, only after 10 goes will it give out a prize, pretty much. Now, you can still get it. You can still win the prize. But generally, it just makes the grip on the claw a bit looser.
Yeah.
So the prize is more likely to drop out. So what you need to do, if you're going to play on the claw machine, is you need to wait until somebody's won, then start counting how long it takes until somebody else wins, and then start counting again, and then shove in.
I think that's a strategy for slots or something. Don't people like wait until they like see somebody at a machine that hasn't paid out in a while, and then they go and sit down and just
Yeah, that as well.
But yeah, enough about our terrible gambling tips. Red Dead Redemption 2 looks like it's going to be a good game, maybe even worthy of getting a PS4. The other sort of big news that came out that is related to what we do: Fallout 76 will not launch on Steam.
Which is a big decision.
Yes.
Like, isn't Bethesda basically working on their own launch platform?
Right. They have their Bethesda launcher, and I'm not entirely sure what it does. If it's a regular game launcher, if it's just some software that comes in between. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I do understand the point, because Steam takes what was it? 25%? What did we learn from
Really?
From the paid mods thing. We learned that Steam's cut was 25%, Bethesda's cut was 50%, and the modders' cut was 25%. So that means, at minimum, we don't know if the deal is different for depending on the publisher or if that's the standard, but I think it has to be around 25. Maybe it's 20 for some, maybe it's 30 for others, but 25 seems like that would be the standard rate, and that's a big chunk of cash.
That's a massive transaction fee. And given how often Bethesda games go on sale as well.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you can get Skyrim for what, £5?
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
such
They're
a
on sale. I
massive
think.
bite.
Yeah. So I can understand it because essentially all they're doing is just providing visibility just through their Steam store, and that's not something that certain companies need. Like if you're an indie company and you're looking to sort of branch out and you have trouble with advertising, definitely you have to be on Steam. Like that's where
Yeah.
people will find you. But a company like Bethesda, do they really need it? I don't
don't know.
know.
Well, obviously there was Origin, wasn't there, with for EA?
Well, everybody's doing. There's Uplay, there's Origin, right?
Yeah, you play for Ubisoft, Origin for EA, but they're generally not very successful platforms. Nobody really wants to use them. They
Right.
have to use them. I can remember how pissed off I was when we did that. What was that game that we played?
It's probably Assassin's
Right
Creed
back at
something.
the start. No, it was the First World War game.
Valiant Hearts?
Yeah, that's the one, Valiant Hearts. And I remember just being so pissed off that I had to install Uplay.
Yeah. It is
play
definitely, that's the downside. It's definitely an inconvenience to us peoples because we have like
Yeah.
6 or 7 different launchers. I have one for Blizzard, I have one for Uplay, I have one for Origin, Steam, and now Bethesda.
Yep.
So
Then I also have ones for Nvidia, things like that. And it's all just a big mess, isn't it?
granted, it's not a mess in like it's gonna clutter your desktop or it's gonna, it's like things lying around your room. It's tucked away, somewhere I don't see it. Like I have the Blizzard launcher, but I never see the Blizzard launcher anywhere on my computer or on my desktop because I never play Destiny anymore. But
But it's just the hassle of having to download it and having to make a new account and
yeah,
for all these so you've got like 12 different
yeah,
usernames flying around for when really you've got Steam, you could streamline it a
yeah,
little bit.
it's a little bit of a first world problem, but I do think organization wise it's just harder to queue up the game you want to play. Like if you have it
Yeah.
all in one place, it's like you look at your list, okay, I want to play that. Like that's not going to occur to me with Destiny because it's not on my Steam list. You know
No,
what I mean?
you forget.
Yeah.
You forget what games you own.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, I can't list down which games I own, and I've got them all
Exactly.
on Steam.
Exactly. But I think what Bethesda's thinking is you're not going to forget about Fallout. You're not going to forget about Elder Scrolls.
That's thinking a bit much of themselves, honestly.
Well, they kind of earned it, don't you think? They're a pretty big company. 25% is a big deal. 25% is a big deal.
Yeah.
So I get
I just think I think on their end it makes sense, but I reckon they could just renegotiate with Steam, honestly.
it. Yeah, yeah.
They have a lot of clout. Steam is going to be taking a massive cut from their profits.
In
from
fairness to Steam, I think big time publishers probably do get a discount, but then again, paid mods was Bethesda, so and that was 25%. But I don't know. I mean, you would think that they would give like really, really big time titles a discount or maybe even like free because that would get people in the Steam store, right?
Yeah. I reckon with games, a 10% processing fee would be ideal. 25%, that's far too much.
It's different if it was a physical store and you had employees paying you
Yeah.
had to stock things, but with Steam, it's all online, right? So and they don't
Yeah.
really have like a big infrastructure or customer service, do they? So,
And if Steam is the big distribution platform for a big release, then they're barely gonna feel the cut anyway. It's gonna hurt them more. I'm assuming that something's happened and negotiations with Steam and Bethesda have kind of like dropped out of its arse a bit, but because it's not a good move from a PR perspective, I don't think, because it inconveniences the customers.
yeah. But
So
again,
it's not gonna.
25.
But it's just forcing them, and you want your product to be user friendly at the end of the day.
yeah.
And having to download another fucking launcher is gonna be hell.
Yeah. But
And it's cutting into Steam because obviously Steam's not gonna make any profit off of the sales from the games.
yeah. I think eventually though, maybe Bethesda probably has designs of being like a bigger publisher and publishing more games from different studios and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so if they have their own launcher, they'll have a bigger catalog. Like EA has a pretty big catalog, right? So Origin probably has a lot of games that people play that are only on Origin. So we'll see.
I wouldn't know. I haven't logged on to Origin in years. Actual years.
There you go. But yeah, it probably will come to Steam eventually. We're talking about launch only. So launch.
Hopefully, we're talking about launch only.
Yeah, for a couple months, maybe it'll be on there, on Bethesda only, and then that'll get people to install the launcher, get people used to the launcher, and then maybe after that they can put it on Steam. But anyways,
the thing is, you don't want to launch a launcher with a massive release like a Fallout title.
Yeah.
It is going to be hell.
Well, the launcher's already out, though. You can have the launcher now. Right, yeah. Bethesda Net. I mean, I had to download the launcher for the Creation Kit, I think, to install that. So I think it's already out. It's just, this is the first big title that's going to launch only on Bethesda.net.
It's going to be hell, mate. There's going to be crashes. There's going to be, it's just going to be carnage, mate.
So it's just like any other Bethesda game.
Yeah. But think how long the day one patch is going to take to download. It's going to be awful.
But the games are still going to be awesome, so not to be too negative. It is how we met through Bethesda games. So
yes, it is. I just don't want to download another launcher.
So
that's my feedback.
So be sure to thank the Bethesda gods for all they've done for us.
Praise Todd. Praise Todd.
It just works. So on that note, anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, just a little thing. One of the... This is the funny news for today. Basically, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, speaking of independent platforms, Ninja, has explained why he doesn't stream with women. And that is because, according to him, people are going to gossip if he has any sort of banter with the female streamers.
I mean, look at us. We banter every week, and we're practically married.
Exactly. And he thinks that internet trolls are going to spread gossip and stuff, and that's going to upset his wife.
Is his wife clingy?
No, apparently it was his own decision to do that, but I just think it's a bit stupid, honestly.
Well, I mean, how old is this guy? I thought maybe he was like 16 or something, but if he has a wife, then he's got to be an adult.
He looks 16, but he's probably like in his late 20s, honestly. I didn't do much research into this story. I just saw it today, and it was
This is a streamer confusing. That you watch regularly, though?
No, he's just the biggest streamer on the Twitch platform.
I mean, with a name like Ninja, he's probably a very cringy person in general, I should say.
Yeah, probably. But
I mean, maybe he names himself that ironically. I don't know. It's just Ninja. Why would you choose that name and be sincere about it? So.
It's just people are always going to spread rumors. People are always going to speculate and be awful. Like, for God's sake, I'm part of like a drag fan community that writes bloody fan fiction about real people. And it's gross. But people do speculate. People are going to come up with all this shit. And it's just stupid. You can't use that as an excuse to not feature female creators on your channel.
Maybe he's just a very thirsty person and he's scared he's going to fall in love with somebody else.
Oh, maybe.
Let's just start our own gossip. Let's just start our own
yeah.
rumors. Maybe he's projecting. He's actually cheated on his wife and he's just...
Drama! Oh, I am so down with spreading that rumor. You heard it here first. Yeah. Breaking news in the gaming community. Ninja is... can we get done for defamation here?
No, we don't have enough listeners. This is why we can say stuff like this. If we were famous, we'd probably have to be more careful with what we say because it would get back to the person. Ninja would have his ninja army on our doorsteps tomorrow. Actually, not even in a day, within that fucking hour of this posting.
Yeah.
But
anonymity
affords us protection.
allegedly Ninja is having an affair. And he's projecting onto all these female streamers. And that's why he doesn't stream with women.
Aggregators, get on that.
Go on, start spreading it around, guys. Come on, we know you can do it. Now, I just think that it's a bit of a... It's just weird.
I think
honestly,
you need to
the internet's gonna make up rumors and shit like we've just done.
Yes. I think you just need to stop paying attention to streamer drama.
I know, I just thought it was ridiculous, honestly.
It is interesting.
Honestly.
Drama is interesting. Sometimes people like
subscribe to beauty guru drama, and I don't watch beauty gurus.
It's good when you can stand on the sidelines and eat the popcorn and watch the drama of other people.
Yeah.
Engaging in it is less healthy, I should say, but
actually having your own drama.
Yeah.
Should we start some drama?
Yeah, we should start our own beef with somebody. Who's somebody we could start a beef with?
Ronya.
Yeah. Yeah, let's start.
You have a
diss
J
track.
in your name, and J should be pronounced as J, not Y, even though that is historically accurate as to how you pronounce your J's.
How about Ronha, like in Spanish?
Ronha.
Like Jose. Ronha.
That's what I'm gonna call her now.
Yeah. Plus, like, she uses a harp. I mean, come on, get with the times, Ronha.
And you're just so pretty, Ronya, and it's not fair. And you have really cool piercings, and
I think you're defeating the
that.
purpose, yes, of this diss track. Throwing compliments at her.
I'm not very good at throwing shade, though.
Oh, okay. That's true. You're very bad at this.
Shall we start a beef with each other?
Yes.
Put the future of the podcast in jeopardy.
Well, I'm perfect, so you can't really throw shade at me. Maybe I'm too sexy. Yeah, I could say that, but...
How about... where's episode 3 of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines,
That's
bitch?
true. I have no idea. It's somewhere on my computer next to the Blizzard launcher. On that note, that's it for this episode of Lore Friendly. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye!
Bye. Yay. Yeah, send me that.